From LALATE headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LALATE.
Friday, March 12th, 2021, and it's Afternoons LALATE with the final big breaking financial news of the day. No less than a dozen viewers of this channel have now confirmed receipt of their $1,400 third stimulus check from the President of the United States. In January of this year, as Jerome Powell called for more stimulus, this channel was the first to deliver to you the bill provision drafts from your president that would ultimately become your third stimulus check. On Thursday, this channel revealed to you that the president's stimulus checks would land today, not tomorrow, as his press secretary announced. And now, within the last few minutes, at shortly after 2:30 Pacific Standard Time, no less than a dozen viewers have now confirmed receipt of their $1,400 third stimulus check. But what else is surfing into your bank account in the third stimulus package? I have all the provisions in this recording. And what about fourth stimulus, that standalone bill from SSI and SSDI? What about reoccurring stimulus checks? And what is the Federal Reserve going to do with stimulus next week as the bond market continues to rise? I have all the big, exciting, great news in a monster recording to wrap up a big day. The most comprehensive news you're going to hear of the day starts right now with Afternoons LALATE. Confirmed and received and ready to get some $12 ice cream. Viewers of this channel have received their $1,400 third stimulus check. Congratulations. At shortly after 2:30 Pacific Standard Time on a Friday afternoon, no less than a dozen viewers that I have seen during live chats throughout the day of a 6-hour broadcast have confirmed receipt of their stimulus check. I haven't been able to check social media messages from this channel. Of course, this channel has over 750,000 social media followers. I haven't been able to track the comments on the posts of today's videos. This channel is about to pass 345,000 subscribers in a few minutes from now, or 385,000. I don't know. It's about to break another benchmark. So thank you for the incredible run and the incredible great news. You're getting your stimulus check in your bank account. I have all the details for you. First, hit the subscribe. I'm going to have a lot of details in this recording, so stay to the end. I have so much to go through with you. This is going to be the most comprehensive recording you're having today since morning to LA. All right, let's get to the details. First, $14 third stimulus checks will be landing in people's electronic bank accounts today and tomorrow. But as I already told you, the White House's press secretary was inaccurate in saying it was going to start Saturday. I told you it was going to start today, and I was right. Over a dozen viewers have now reported receipt of the actual funds. They have cleared. They have access to the money. Really incredible, great news. And then I have a couple of other viewers that show it's pending as well. $14 for an individual, $14 for children, $14 for adult dependents, up to a family of 4. And if you're an adult dependent, the person whose tax return you are a dependent on will receive your stimulus check. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits, you're getting a stimulus check. The income qualification is less than $75,000, and you need a Social Security number. So who are the 3 groups of people that are absolutely getting the stimulus check right now? They are, first, people who receive electronic receipt of funds from the IRS on a monthly basis. Those are people who receive their SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and veterans benefits every month electronically. Number 2, people who receive their first or second stimulus check electronically. Or number 3, people who updated their electronic information timely and quickly in February by filing a 2020 tax return. They're getting them as well. That includes people who go through online tax preparers. The money is going into those accounts. The things to know about for the stimulus check and receipt of it. There's a lot of fake urban legends that are heating up every single video today. And let me dispel every single urban legend. Remember, an urban legend means it's fake. Number one, stimulus checks go alphabetically. They don't. Stimulus checks go geographically. They don't. Stimulus checks go by age. They don't. Stimulus checks go based upon what type of person you are, meaning SSI people get the check before veterans. They do not. Checks go based upon other strange factors. They do not. The receipt of the funds, same thing. The clearing of the funds depends not on you or how much money is in your bank. It concerns your bank. In the video before this, I had one viewer actually drop a super chat and said, I got confirmed from my bank that all the stimulus checks are arriving on this day. No. If someone sends a electronic transfer of funds to a bank, this was a major bank this person was citing, then the bank clears the funds within 24 hours. That's how it works. They don't hold people's funds till this person was signing a date like the end of next week. They don't hold funds for a week and a half and just send them and then release them to everyone. That's not how funds work. So there's a lot of hysterical urban legends out there, and I'm just having a laugh a minute about them. So the answer is no. As to the deliciousness and hilariousness of stress of tracking a check, please don't do it. People are calling up IRS, not successful, not worth your time or efforts. People are trying the online tracking tool, also will not work. And people are starting to do the transcript secret, which is not a secret anymore, going into irs.gov, doing a transcript. That's, if you are signed up for electronic receipt in any of the 3 minutes I went over, you're getting a stimulus check. Just give it a little bit of time. Congratulations. Paper checks and debit cards, we don't know the routing times for those yet. Those are the next rounds out. So what else? I had a lot of viewers yesterday, and I answered in the video earlier today, but I'll answer it in this one as well. If you have concerns about a bad ex-husband or a bad ex-girlfriend or something, take the money out of the account when it comes. That's the easiest way I could say that to you. Just take it out of the money and put it in your pocket. If you have a bad ex-husband, that's, you know what he's doing. Anyway, on to more delicious news. What else would you be receiving next? Well, the incredible great news is that if you're missing that first or second stimulus check, you need to request it right away. You do it by filing a tax return and requesting it on Form 1040, line 30. You can request the first and second stimulus check. As to a missing third stimulus check, we're not at that point yet. So no one's third stimulus check is missing yet. I'm sure someone's going to say it's already missing. Actually, no, someone did say in the video before this, their stimulus check is missing. I mean, how could it be missing? We just started half a day ago. It just cracks me up. Unemployment. Your unemployment's extended now to September 6th, uninterrupted. You do not go off claim. You do not have to file a new claim. You are staying on claim. Your benefits will not lapse. You may have a delay, but we don't know if that delay will happen yet. You're going to have now 79 weeks of PUA and 53 of PEUC. Congratulations. Your first $10,200 of unemployment benefits you received in the year 2020 are now tax-free. That includes PUA, FPUC, UI. If you paid taxes on them last year, either by asking your unemployment office to take out for taxes, or by you filing a tax return and paying taxes on it, you will need to go to a tax preparer to fix that. There's going to be several things in this recording where I'll show you where you need to go to a tax preparer to fix things. Nanette, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. COBRA benefits are cheaper. They are now, the government will pay all your COBRA benefits from April 1st to September 30th. Also, for unemployment benefits, that $100 weekly payment called the Mixed Earner Supplement is extended to September 6th. And for purposes of determining income, for purposes of SNAP, Children's Health Insurance, and Medicaid, FPUC is not included. But the $100 earned mixed income item is included. All right, additionally, on COBRA benefits, they will cost no more than 8.5% of your adjusted gross income. Let's turn to the children, because I've gotten a lot of questions about it, and I expect to get a lot of questions about it. There are two items for children 17 and younger. They can be said different ways. The way I say them is together, and then I separate them out after I say them. Thank you, Victor Canelli, for the super chat. Thank you for that massive super chat earlier today. If you have a child who is 5 to newborn, they're going to get $5,000. More about that in a second. And if you have a child 17 to 6, you're going to get $4,400. More about that in a second. So how does that calculate out? This presumes that your household family size is 4 or less. For purposes of a $1,400 stimulus check, the $1,400 stimulus check has a maximum family size of 4. That means husband, wife, 2 kids, or a single mom, 3 kids, or single mom, 2 kids, and grandma. So it is maxed at a family of 4, whether you're including minor dependents or adult dependents. All right, let's now cut back to that $5,000 and $4,400. How does that calculate out? $1,400 stimulus check comes with yours for that child 5 to newborn. And then if they're 5 to newborn, they're also getting $3,600, paid $300 a month, starting in the month of July for 12 months. I'll tell you more about eligibility about that in a second. If you're 17 to 6, $1,400 stimulus check, and then $250 a month for 12 months, which is $3,000. Now, this is 2 items you need to know about for eligibility. 1, income. Income is the only eligibility factor for this item. So it does not have anything to do with anything else. So if your question is, what if I'm unemployed? What if I'm this? No. The only qualifier is that you made less than $75,000, single individual or married couple, $150. But the second one is not a qualifier, but could determine whether you get the money or not get the money. And this is the most important thing you will hear in this recording regarding children. You will not get the children's money if IRS does not know the child exists. It is not an automatic payment if IRS doesn't know the child exists. If they do know the child exists, they know they're with you, they know your address, it is an automatic payment. The way you alert IRS to the existence of the children if they do not know the child exists is the filing of a tax return. No other way. You can't call them up. There's no online form. There's no simple little, fill out a memo. No, you have to actually file a tax return if the IRS does not know the child exists. If you do not do that, you will not get paid for that child. Next is the child care tax credit. This again appears on a tax return. This is if you have child care costs. How much can you get? You can deduct 50% of your child care costs for a single child up to $4,000 or up to $8,000 for 2 or more children. The only qualifier again is that the child is less than 13 of age. Next, hazard pay. You can get $1,500.02 as hazard pay on your tax return if you're age 19 or older. There is no age limit. The qualifier is the following: $25,000 or less, and you worked as an essential worker. Now, which I said throughout the recordings today, and I'm saying again, the word hazard pay is not used in the tax code. We refer to it as hazard pay because that's what people know it as. We don't refer to it as anything else. It is the earned income tax credit, and the earned income tax credit appears on your tax return. If you go to a tax preparer and say, I want that $1,500 of hazard pay, they'll look at you and say, what are you talking about? Because they don't know the term hazard pay. It's not in the code. It is a slang that we know as a family of viewers. Next, rental assistance. Wow. So rental assistance is a little bit better than we really thought it was going to be. We initially thought rental assistance was just if you're behind on rent, but there's a qualifier that says if you are suffering financial hardship directly or indirectly because of the pandemic, you can qualify for rent. Middle class, low income, homeless people, and more. The mortgage assistance is also a big surprise. In addition to helping pay for your privately held mortgage, not just a publicly held mortgage, they'll help with utility bills and housing costs. Where is the rent and the mortgage money? It will be in your city, state, and county, the same place that second stimulus purple money is. It will go to them, and that's where you will apply for it. Again, at your city or county, it will not be a national clearinghouse for where you apply for it. And there you go. As we continue, there is $1,700 of financial aid for college students. That will be available at their college. They will go to their financial aid consultant and ask about that $1,700 plus $1,400 stimulus check. There's $1,400 a week for paid sick leave as well. If you made less than $73,000, then it's a little bit less than $1,400 a week. And then the two other questions I'm getting a lot about is the eviction moratorium and mortgage forbearance. They're not part of this. The eviction moratorium and mortgage forbearance are set to expire. Stay with me as a subscriber. Hit that subscribe to this channel because you're going to need to know if the president turns it into a new executive order because it's not in here, meaning you could be evicted. Even though you can get rent, you could get evicted in a couple of weeks because it's about to expire. I'll have more in a second about the other items in the third stimulus package. But if you're just joining me, the big breaking news is now over a dozen viewers of this channel have gotten in their bank account cleared funds, their $1,400 third stimulus check as of 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the West Coast. I'll have more about this in a second, but here's a little bit about the community page. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big day with incredible, exciting news. If you're just joining me, over a dozen viewers have already received their $1,400 third stimulus check in their bank account. Yes, the White House said it would start tomorrow. I said that's not correct. It would start today. I was right. Over a dozen viewers of all different walks of life in different states across the country have tuned in and have said they have received the stimulus check. That is among live chat viewers. I have not even checked Instagram, social media. This channel has about 750,000 social media followers. I have not checked comments of this video today that are posted. There may be even more. But the incredible great news is as of 2 o'clock, we have over a dozen. Very exciting, great news. In this recording, I have more to go over, specifically the other money in the third stimulus package, SSI and SSDI, multiple stimulus checks in the fourth stimulus package, and more. So stay with me. This is a very big recording. It's an extended recording. During the commercial break, one of the viewers dropped a very interesting comment, which I wanted to comment about. The person said, well, because it's 5 o'clock, I won't get it till next week. No. So the way money works is that because IRS sent out the stimulus today, that's why viewers got it today, it could clear tonight and you could receive it tomorrow. Friday night is a clearing night for money. Saturday night is not a clearing night for money. So if someone was to send you money on a Saturday, you would not get it on a Sunday. And you would also not get it on a Monday. And that's why the press secretary's comments were so important and why I analyzed them as I did. When she said you physically would get it on Saturday, that means she would have to send it on a Friday, because Friday is the final day to clear money. They don't clear money on Saturday nights. So if you are watching this video and you've not yet seen the money appear, it could absolutely, positively appear tomorrow. That's the great news. If you've not hit the subscribe button, hit it right now. I mean, this is a lot of detail, and I'm far from over. I have a lot more coming up for you. All right, let's turn to the businesses. The businesses get a lot of wonderful deliciousness in this third stimulus package. One of the items which you ask, and I've not been able to find, but I'm going to still look for it, is the, what does he call it? He calls it the innovation grant. It's just, every time I hear that word, I just want to giggle. Innovation grant. I can't find the innovation grant. It's so innovative, I can't find it. It's supposed to be a grant to start a new business that's innovative, and if it's not innovative, you can't start it. I can't find it. But the grant that I can't find is the EIDL grant. That will be exactly the following: $5,000 to the penny if you have less than 10 employees, you operated during the pandemic, and you had a downturn because of your operations. Very simple. Thank you, Nellie, for becoming a member. Everyone welcome Nellie to the family. If you become a member, you get access to the actual bill, which became law. The bill that went to the Senate, really got modified in only 3 regards, of which none really apply to you, with the exception of the $10,200 of unemployment, which you already understand. The other 2 items that got changed has nothing to do with most of the viewers of this channel. So you will actually get a copy of the bill that became law as a Purple Power Hawk member or Calcino VIP. And that those PDFs will go out shortly, within the next hour again. They go out every single day on this channel. All right, the EIDL grant, $5,000 you can get even if you had an EIDL grant before, even if you had an EIDL loan before. It's not dependent upon the loan. It is a standalone instrument, so get ready to pounce. It is not live yet. If you subscribe, you will be with me, because I am predicting the minute it goes live, it will be out of money within 3 days. So you want to subscribe, because I fully believe that if you miss my recordings on when it goes live, you will be too late and the money will be gone. Next, there's money for restaurants, which can be everything down to a taco truck. It is calculated as a grant, again, free money, by your 2020 revenue subtracted from your 2019 revenue. Very simple. You can use the money for almost everything. That will be an SBA.gov application, just like the EIDL grant. So what else do I have to go over? Yes, I've seen your comments and I've seen your questions. That is what I'm going to now. SSI and SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits, that $200 a month. Any updates? The updates are, there's 3 ways for it to go. 1, it can stay as a Senate bill. Last week, Elizabeth Warren introduced a wealth tax bill to the Senate as a standalone bill that would fund $2.75 trillion of the U.S. economy over 10 years. The wealth tax bill functions as a way to fund programs like the $200 a month of SSI and SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, and Veterans benefits. Why do we know this? Because she specifically said this when running for president in March of last year. It would need one other bill, and that bill is her March 2020 SSI bill. She wrote the bill, which ultimately became the topic of discussion on this channel in March of last year. She needs to reintroduce that bill that provides three things that you already know about. One, the $200 a month. Two, the increase of benefits lifetime. And three, the new benchmark, not COLA, but CPIE. That's path number one. Path number two is what I call the strong arm approach. How does the strong arm approach work? Well, there's a series of items that are hitting very hard among Democrats. They're demanding the president to provide them in the next fourth stimulus package, or they're not giving him support. So Elizabeth Warren could get support among Democrats to hold up the next bill like other Democrats are doing, which I'm going over in a second. That's multiple stimulus checks coming up in a second, this recording. She could use that and put it into the fourth stimulus package. Found the last way it could be done, and the simplest way, and the way viewers want it to be done, is by executive order. The president could sign into law an executive order. Why do we know he can do this? Because it doesn't involve Treasury money. Number two, because he already did this with SNAP. On day one, he increased SNAP benefits. He can increase Social Security benefits. On day one, he increased eligibility of SNAP. He can increase eligibility of SSI as tied to CPIE, not COLA. It's very easy breezy. So the push I believe that's likely to happen is the fourth stimulus. Now, let me cut to fourth stimulus. What you heard for the first time today on this channel as breaking developments is that there's not only a push among Senate Democrats, but also also House Democrats for multiple reoccurring stimulus checks. This is very serious. This is not a nominal item. The magnitude of the push is very, very severe. Over the last year, you've heard me talk about the Josh Hawley and Bernie Sanders moment. You've heard me talk about the Elizabeth Warren moments. You've heard me talk about Marco Rubio and his things time and time again, or PPP and stuff like that with SBA. But I don't think I have ever recalled a moment where I see both houses of Congress writing writing two separate letters at virtually the same month. Well, actually, the same day. What am I saying? It's the same day, with so many members demanding the leader of their party to do the same thing. There is 11 out of 50 Democratic senators writing a letter, and then there's upwards of 100 House Democrats writing the same letter. What does the letter say? We're not giving you support for the next stimulus package unless you do this. Now, before I go to what is the fact that that letter is being written is significant because it's basically saying you have to get our support or you can't pass anything again. Now, whether you consider it reconciliation, the next bill, or not reconciliation, the president needs every Democratic member of the House and Senate to support him. And if he doesn't get support, then this stimulus package is the last thing he's going to be getting approved for any subject matter in the Congress this year. He's not going to do that. He has to bend over and agree to make modifications in his mindset. His mindset in this stimulus package was a $14 stimulus check. This letter from both sides of the Congress says reoccurring stimulus checks. It doesn't say the amount, but this is what we know. It's reoccurring, not multiple. Multiple could mean once every 6 months. It means every month there's a check. And the people who are writing this letter are people who have always wanted $2,000 stimulus checks approximately. So why is this really huge? It's huge because they have the complete ability to hold up the president's push for any subject matter of any matter he wants unless they get that. So that is a push for stimulus like you have never seen. Finally, the last message is numbers. You may sit back and say, well, what about SSI of $2,400? What about hazard pay? I was looking to get about $8,000 of hazard pay. What about FPUC? I was looking to get about $9,000, $10,000 of FPUC. Numbers are numbers, and you know how I do it here. if you can get Democrats to push for 5 months of this, you're getting a great deal of exactly or more than you would have thought. 5 times 2 is $10,000. That's more than hazard pay. That's that's almost the same amount as FPC retro. And it's 5 times the amount of the $2,400 of SSI and SSDI. That is why this is really, really big, great news. Elsewhere, what else should you know? What else you should know is that the president is using today's and yesterday's events for the midterm election. In one of the videos before this, I went over that the president will be running an ad campaign. 7 figures. Yes, it's a multi-million-dollar ad campaign claiming that the president delivered exactly what he promised for stimulus. And it's going to be run in states like Georgia. Now, ultimately, we know he did not deliver what he promised for stimulus. But this is very important when we're considering the issue of future support among his party members. If the president thinks that stimulus is very important for the midterm, then he's going to have to do more stimulus. One of the things I personally love to end on the day is answering some of your questions live on your air. So let me see what other questions you may have right now. I see Jorge in the room. Jorge says, I got my stimulus. Well, congratulations, Jorge. Jorge confirms he just got his stimulus. What a great day it is for him. So excited for you. Victor Canelli. There's Connie. And there is Mr. Dale. There is Gerald. Hello, everyone from Clearwater Beach. How are you? And there's Sarah. I didn't get mine yet. Kyle, do you think that the $3,000 child tax credit, do you think you'll need to apply for it? Or do you think you get it monthly or all at one time? No. So you cannot apply for it, and you cannot say the payment terms either. The child tax credit is an automatic instrument, provided the IRS knows the child exists, and it will show up in your bank account or mailbox per month starting the month of July. So it's nothing you can ask to have modified in a different way. I get the paper checks too, someone said. I got mine in San Ysidro. Well, congratulations. There's another viewer got the stimulus check. Congratulations. Someone said, God bless America. How are you? I'm going to take mine out and cash it. Very well said, Nieli. That's my advice to viewers. Take it out and cash it and put the cash wherever you want to put it. Hello, LA. Love your show. I love your tuning in, Janet. How are you? If you've not subscribed, hit that subscribe. And if you have a question or comment, I'm answering questions right now. Will PUA have a waiting period time? Amber, that's a great question. You will not lose weeks of benefits, but your PUA may be delayed slightly. It depends on the state. Hard to tell. Colin, can you explain the hazard pay? Yes, I can, Colin. So it's not called hazard pay, but it is hazard pay. It's $1,502 if you're 19 years or older and worked during the pandemic and made less than $25,000. It's called an earned income tax credit, and it appears on your tax return. Again, the words hazard pay don't appear anywhere in it, but it functions as a hazard pay. If I got the EIDL grant, what do I have to do to get the remainder? So as to the 2020 EIDL grant, nothing. SBA is contacting people, and they're not doing a very good job about it. But you absolutely are allowed to apply for the new $5,000 EIDL grant because the bill does not say you can't. We will see if SBA tries to undo that. But at the moment, there's nothing in the bill that says you cannot apply for another $5,000 grant. Can you talk about the mortgage payment, please? Yes, let me go back to the mortgage payment. So the mortgage payment, they will pay for both private mortgage, which is like Bank America, or public mortgage, which is like Fannie or Freddie Mae. And they will also provide for utility bills and other housing costs. We don't know what those other items are, but we love the deliciousness of it because it's nice and vague and broad. It will be administered by your county or state. So ultimately, they will be the people that make the determination. Thank you, Kifu, for becoming a Purple Hawk. What happens if you got the last two on Direct Express and now you're on another thing? If you think your electronic receipt information has changed and you believe there's going to be a failure to get it electronically, then what IRS does is they attempt the last electronic name, it fails, and then they send debit cards or paper checks. Can someone take your check? So my advice to you is if it lands in your bank account today, take it out of the bank. If it lands in your bank, take it out of your bank and go buy some lunch. Don't let it sit there and take a picture of it and put it in a picture frame. Take it out of the bank and go and put in your pocket and go buy some lunch. What about dependents over age 18? They will get a $14 stimulus check if they are dependent on your tax return up to a family of 4. Hazard pay for city employees. Great question. So the third stimulus package provides hundreds of billions of dollars to state and local that are to administer to your public civil employees. The question is, we're not told anything about that. So the net result is you're going to have to ask your HR, your human resource person for wherever you work, and it's up to ultimately your city or county. I don't like it, but that's the way they're doing it. If you did not have your taxes withheld in 2020 for unemployment, how will the 10,200 affect that? Great question. So that's a great question. That's actually an easy that's an easier scenario. Where am I? Because I gotta laugh. That 10,200 is a complicated scenario, but that's an easier one. If you did not have taxes taken out for FPUC or your UI or your PUA, and you've not filed a tax return yet, you're in a really good circumstance. The way you're going to deal with it is that when you go to prepare your 2020 tax return over the next few weeks, remember the first $10,200 of your benefits is tax free. Example, if you, let's say you got $20,000 in unemployment benefits last year, you will only pay, well, let me use an easier number, $20,800 in tax benefits last year. You'll only pay $10,000 for tax purposes because 10,800 subtracted from 20,800 is 10,000. Now, if you only made $8,000 of unemployment last year, it's all tax free because it's less than $10,200. I think I almost said that right. I messed up the 200, 800, but you know what I mean. But that's a great question. It's just, you can see how, yeah, it's going to be one of those things. I have 2 weeks left on my unemployment. What do I have to do? Will my funds expire? They will not expire. That's a great question. So you need to keep on certifying for weekly benefits. No one's weeks will lapse. If you're PUA, you're going to have 79 total weeks. So look at how many weeks you've had. And if you're on UI, you're going to have 53 total weeks. Will I get a refund for my unemployment? I can't answer that because I don't know your tax return situation. It's too complicated. That's where it becomes too complicated question. I have a family of 4 plus 1 and got $5,600 and got her check too. So this is a person, I guess they're saying they're a family of 5 and they got 5 stimulus checks. I would not be surprised. I mean, under the second stimulus, I saw strange things like that happening too. I don't know. But if you're a family of five and you got the fifth stimulus check, congratulations. It's just, it's supposed to be four, but if they're five, there you are. If you're just joining me, I'm answering your questions live on air. Viewers have now received their third stimulus check of $1,400. We're up to about somewhere between 12 to 20 viewers. Really great news. Very, very exciting across the board. Any other questions? Did someone else say they got it? I did not catch that. Oh, yeah, actually now I see two other people. So there we go. What a big day. Married couple and two kids. Wow. So a family of five. One viewer is a family of five, got 5 stimulus checks. That's really exciting. That's very, very exciting today. AM in DC got my stimulus checks. Wow. There you go. If I read that correctly, I assume that's what that meant. In a big day across the land, there we are. There's Sean and Tanya, and there's Ann, and there's Elijah and Gail, and there's Terry and Jacqueline, and there is N.A., and there's Colleen, and there's William, and there's Marion and Lisa, and there is Pachenko as well. I got the first check on the first week. Should I get it again on the first week? You likely should. You likely should. And there we are as we surf into the weekend. Thank you for joining me. Hazard Pay is next at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you've not subscribed, hit that subscribe. Also like this video. And if you've not become a member, please consider becoming a member. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you tonight on Evenings at LALATE.